Savision Live Maps for System Center 2012, Creating Service Models. In part 2 of our demonstration, we created a service within Savision Live Maps. When you create a service in Live Maps, it automatically creates a distributed application in Operations Manager. And this is the diagram view. What we'd like to do is take this view and recreate it in Live Maps. It's first important to point out the components that will make up our service map. One is the service that we created with the end user, application, and infrastructure component groups. And for each component group, we have a number of dynamic membership rules. This is the one for end user. For application, we have a number of membership rules to pull in services, databases, and websites. And for infrastructure, we're going to use the IES-8 server role and Windows operating system. I've already created a service model diagram in Live Maps to give you a preview of how it will look. At the very top, we have the service object. The second level is the object groups for application components, end user components, and infrastructure components. And then below that are the subgroups for components that make up the health of each of these roll-ups. You'll notice in the tree view is a number of lists that correspond to each component group. If you want more information about how these lists were created, please refer to part 1 of this demonstration. Let's go ahead and create a new diagram. On Maps, we'll right-click, say Add, Diagram. We will leave this page visible so that it can be referenced and viewed in the web console. We will now begin dragging objects to our new diagram view. One tricky part about dragging objects to a diagram view is you must be in the right view to drag the objects. You cannot drag services or component maps directly to the diagram view. For services, you must drag from the services view. And for component maps, you must use the maps view. By default, images do not show up on objects that are dragged to the page, but we can select all the objects, right-click, select Image, and Visible. We also drag out the sub-component groups. And these objects can be dragged from the tree view. So let's clean this up a little bit. We can also make the images smaller. We can make all the images the same size. And we can also change the labels. typically use the arrow key to make sure they're all aligned. We can also change the images that are displayed. We can also draw our health model lines. Select the line tool. We'll change it to multi-directional arrow. We'll continue drawing our lines. Let's give ourselves some more room. We can copy and paste arrows to save a bit of time. We can cut and paste our lines to save time. And there we have our basic service model in Live Maps.